Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan.
I'm Marissa.
And I'm Leon. And we are Enactus Laurier Brantford. We're here to talk to you today about the Freshman 5 initiative that we have begun at the Brantford campus. Freshman 5 is an ongoing program that aims to improve the lives of students by focusing on 5 aspects of student wellness: mental, physical, nutritional, financial, and digital. So, what exactly is the problem?
Mental health is becoming an increasingly prevalent issue among young adults today. Over 46% of post-secondary students reported feeling too depressed to fully function. Physical health among university students is just as poor. 6 in 10 students reported that they do not engage in the recommended amount of physical activity per week.
And there's a reason that university students are notoriously regarded as having poor nutrition, poor management of our digital use, and are typically poor in general. Studies show that 95% of us fail to eat the daily recommended servings of fruits and vegetables. More than half of us are addicted to our phones. And as of 2018, Canadians were collectively $28 billion in student debt. Now that's a lot of numbers. What does it all mean, and what can we do about it?
With Freshman 5, we intend to create a healthier, more aware student population on campuses across Southern Ontario. In this school year, we have held a variety of events catered towards the different branches of Freshman 5. For the physical element, we have hosted a dodgeball night at the Laurier YMCA.
In addition, we hosted a private yoga session for Laurier students at a local studio near the campus. We had over 20 students participate in this beginner class, and when surveyed, students overwhelmingly supported it. With a good majority being first-time participants, this opportunity opened them up to the incredible physical and mental health benefits that yoga provides.
In addition to this, we hosted a Bob Ross painting event where students could come to de-stress. Shortly following, we partnered with another club to host a movie night. These events focused on the mental aspect of student wellness.
Moving forward, we plan to focus on nutritional well-being through a crockpot cooking seminar, as well as a presentation on ways to spend more efficiently and maximize savings when grocery shopping. These activities attempt to provide some help in tackling the large and often inconvenient issues of financial and nutritional wellness.
Finally, we will be addressing digital well-being through a Google course, providing students with information on how to reduce mindless scrolling and protect their data, as well as a presentation by one of the IT professors on campus regarding online security. Here are some pictures from our physical health events. We also have a quick testimonial from one of the participants of our Moto Yoga event. Enjoy.
So my first interaction with Freshman 5 was at the Moto Yoga event, and it was a lot of fun. We actually did a lot of cool workouts, and since then I've been a lot more active. I feel a lot more mentally happy, and I'm aspiring to go once or twice a week. But it's been a great event, and I hope to go again.
We at Enactus Laurier feel this project is sustainable and scalable. We have multiple mediums of scaling, but since we're at a crunch for time, we wish to discuss one in particular. Our main method of scaling would be through providing other Enactus teams with instructions on how to initiate Freshman 5 at their local campuses.
A document detailing how to conduct everyday activities, how to market events, and how to evaluate their performance would be provided, allowing them to introduce Freshman 5 into their university and promote student welfare.
This leads us to the financing of this project. This is very sustainable budget-wise due to the little to no cost activities for events being conducted. Because most events are run through volunteers in campus facilities, there is no expenses associated with them. The expenses that do occur are mostly club-driven, such as posters and other administrative expenses. The project is renewable, and we hope to push this for years to come.
We have completed Phase 1 of our Freshman 5 project for the year, which focused on the impact on physical and mental health. We are currently undergoing Phase 2 as we're working on putting out activities related to financial and nutritional health, while also doing research and development for digital well-being. We are Enactus Laurier Brantford, and this is Freshman 5.
Hello everyone, thanks for having us here. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Chippewa, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas of the Credit peoples, and home to the Métis. This treaty is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties. My name's Abby. I'm a current second-year business student from Trent, and I'm going to be the one presenting our project to you today. So, some background for our project. I'd like to bring up what we do and why we do it. The Earth Overshoot Day marks the point during the year when we exhaust the Earth's resources for the year. Last year, in 2019, this was the earliest day ever, July 29th. We're using nature resources 1.75 times faster than the Earth can regenerate them. One of the most fundamental resources to sustain civilization, water, is becoming increasingly scarce in large parts of the world. By OECD estimates, farming accounts for 70% of the water use in the world, and it's at an average of 40% in developed countries. Additionally, places which are going to have the most growth are also the places which are going to have the most severe water crises. Around 100 million people across India are on the front lines of a nationwide water crisis. A total of 21 major cities are poised to run out of groundwater the next year. Also, more than 80% of India's electricity comes from conventional sources, and 90% of these thermal power plants are cooled by fresh water, and nearly 40% of them experience high water stress, meaning a shortage of water is more than just water, it's going to be a lack of electricity. So, we're gonna accomplish three distinct goals with our project. The first one is reduce the water usage in large-scale agriculture, making irrigation much more efficient and increasing crop yield. Two, help in urban gardening and make cities much more green, self-sufficient, and cool the temperature as well. Another point to bring up here is in France, every new commercial building has either got to have rooftop farming or solar panels. This creates for a larger market that a project can penetrate. Three, provide jobs in the manufacturing and service industries with these projects. So finally, our project AMOS. It stands for an automatic moisture operating system. We've developed a device that automatically turns your pumps on and off by connecting two nodes to the ground. It then passes electricity through one node. As water is a good conductor of electricity, if there's sufficient moisture in the soil, the electricity will pass through, reaching the other node and completing the circuit. If the circuit is complete, it means that the water level in the field is sufficient, and it signals for the pumps to turn off. And as long as the connection is made, the pumps will keep running. Automatic irrigation systems do exist, but they usually cost a lot. And in a developing economy and a country where a lot of farming is for subsistence, large-scale machinery isn't really an option. So, how far along are we with the project? The proof of concept was done when the project was proved at a Google Science Fair a few years ago. And now we have a new and upgraded prototype which is being tested as in a small scale facility at a Trent greenhouse. The impacts of AMOS and a project like this are going to be wide ranging. One of the first ones is the reduction of wastage of water, which is going to help relieve water stress in a lot of cities and regions all around the world. The second one is crop fertility. What we've discovered is that we can mix in fertilizer with the water that we pump out, which is going to increase productivity and reduce the wastage of fertilizer as well, making crops a lot more organic and less toxic than they would be if we were using a lot more artificial fertilizer. Third, as we're looking for domestic manufacturing in the places that this product is going to be used, our product can go as low as $20. Considering when similar systems cost a few $1,000s at the least, this is the biggest advantage that we have over our
As a student, I struggle to get to class on time. Hello, we are Shareway. I'm Flavia, this is Luciana, and she is Diana. We realized that our problem was also other students' problem. And after our research, we learned that the common issues the students face are the high commuting costs, the long time spending on commuting, and the high levels of stress due to little hours of sleep and maybe risk of missing exams.
Currently, Sheridan has a total of 27,000 students. They are divided between 3 campuses located at Mississauga, Oakville, and Brampton. Our project Shareway aims to partner with Sheridan to develop an app that will connect students to a student-by-student community ride-sharing service. Our goal is to help students commute to Sheridan and create a positive social impact by reducing the amount of cars on the road. The project will benefit students by reducing cost, reducing the commuting time, and reducing the stress due to a risk of getting late to class. Also, they will be increasing sleep and study time and increasing social connections. But students are not the only one that will benefit from it. Here is where this project gets interesting for everyone. The whole community will gain from having less cars on the streets and even a less polluted air.
So, the benefits in terms of the environment is going to be the reduce of greenhouse emissions per person. According to the Smart Commute, usually each car emits 0.24 kilograms of CO2 per kilometer. By sharing the ride, the amount of emissions will be reduced. Less cars running, less carbon monoxide, which translate into a cleaner air to breathe. Isn't it amazing? So, something so simple as sharing rides done in a coordinated and continuous manner can have such a significant and positive impact. Until 2018, Sheridan was running shuttle services and charging students for it across all campuses, regardless of whether you use the service or not. We aim at charging students who sign up for the app as riders a standard fee similar to what Sheridan was doing. We are currently at the ideation stage of the pre-impact project, and our goal in the next 3 months is to validate the idea further by at least 200 students across at each campus. So in conclusion, we all believe that sustainability and making students' lives better is the best reward. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amit. Has anyone here ever stood in front of a sorting bin with a juice box or banana peel in their hand, not knowing which compartment it goes into, even with the signs? I know I have. This is where SortBuzz comes in. So where does the problem occur? This problem occurs everywhere globally, wherever there are garbage cans in universities and public spaces. Meet Albert. He's 20 and attending the University of Toronto. Albert has no time to segregate his trash when he's in a hurry for class. He also was never taught exactly in what bin every item goes. He cares about the environment, but he doesn't know if his small action will have an impact on society as a whole. In a perfect world, everyone would know how to sort their garbage. This would be a natural behavior and a habit. Instead, unnecessary waste is ending up in landfills. The contamination rate of residential recycling in major Canadian cities, such as Toronto and Edmonton, is of about 25%. This all gets sorted just to end up in the trash. If the contamination rate in Toronto increases to 27%, it will cost the city an additional $5 million in charges. If the contamination rate in Toronto increases to 27%, it will cost the city an additional $5 million in charges. And now I will pass it on to Hannah.
Some existing solutions that are already in use include Oscar and RoboBin. Oscar is based out of Simon Fraser University and uses AI-powered display and vision system to distinguish recycling from trash with visual cues. RoboBin is based out of the University of Toronto and, like Oscar, uses AI to systematically sort waste into the correct bin. So what is SortBuzz? It's a system designed to effectively change waste disposal through eco-shaming and reinforcement. By the use of audio and visual cues, individuals are alerted when the waste that they're attempting to throw out does not belong in the bin they've chosen. Its social impacts? SortBuzz will influence individual behavior change through eco-shaming, reduce contamination rates, reduce costs incurred by sorting and recycling facilities, and will overall create awareness and lasting knowledge. I'll now hand it over to Sophia to cover the business plan.
Pay close attention to this. Waste management control begins at the micro scale. Here is our plan at SortBuzz. We will be using AI, machine learning, and voice assistance technology to condition behavior change. Data collection and analysis will be at the core of our solution implementation. Don't worry, these garbage cans won't be stealing your data. We will leverage our partnerships with the AI Institute and engineering students and graduates at UW to assist us in building our prototype and advise us on the technological front. We will use the resources that our school, a hub of entrepreneurship, has to offer, such as Concept of Velocity and our current partners Greenhouse, to secure funding and additional resources. We plan to carry our product testing by installing SortBuzz in waste bins at University of Waterloo's campus by mid-2021. This strategy will help us in continuous testing and improvement of our products and algorithm, and it is embedded in our business model. SortBuzz is highly scalable. After obtaining IP, we plan to scale our product across our target markets, partnering with universities and corporations across Canada and eventually throughout the whole planet.
Our product is created based on the principles of creating behavior change, specifically relating to climate action. First, we cannot assume that information leads to action. Sciences and technology that tells us how to properly sort may be effective in achieving the target behavior in the short term, but we do not believe this is sustainable. As Alex Laxey, founder and CEO of O-Power, once said, "If something is inconvenient, even if we believe in it, moral suasion, financial incentives don't do much to move us, but social pressure, that's powerful stuff." This is how to harness the power of social norms, and we plan to apply this to SortBuzz in creating lasting behavior change. Rather than providing prompts on how to sort waste with technology, we target and emphasize the consequences of improper sorting. SortBuzz will be a product that doesn't involve large TV screens or monitors or complicated bulky components. Simply, audio and visual alerts will be triggered and used to condition behavior to increase social pressures to conform. A virtual assistant will be used to reinforce this learning. As a result, in the future, when the person is about to throw the same item away again, they will think twice and reconsider where the item should go. Ultimately, our goal is to make proper sorting a habit that is second nature through individual behavior change. We envision a society where proper waste sorting is an ingrained habit by the user, like flushing the toilet after use.